Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. I also do astrological readings in love and relationships, and then again in money and career. And I also do this, pick a card readings, and today's pick a card reading is about money and career. What is coming up for you in money and career? This is a timeless reading. There are 4 pick a card piles. Concentrate, see which one calls out to you. That is the message that you're meant to receive. Remember, this is not likely to be one of those where more than one pile will call out to you, but if you feel particularly called to that, by all means, watch them both. Take a moment, concentrate, see which one stands out to you. I ask that you do not pick my piles, but I always pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. It does not marry well with my particular reading style. Take a moment, and I will see you at the time of your reading. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. Hey, the Dreamkeeper's Tarot will be bringing you a predictive spread. We've got some rune cards. I have a set of rune stones coming, and I wanted to start learning them, and so you're going to be learning them with me. On the back of these are all the explanations of what the rune stones are. We'll shuffle for those after we look at your oracle cards, and of course I will be pulling more oracle cards as the reading reveals the need for them. Group number 1, there's your number. Here is the Lenormand Oracle, which is telling you that news may be arriving. This is a particularly good card to get in money and career because it means communication. Quite frequently it means offers as well. Good, good, good. Your Goddess of the Moon is the masculine energy. This is someone who's achieving something. This is assertiveness. This is progress as well. Your Bird Messages Oracle is Wood Duck. Enrich your life by keeping your every option open. Interesting. That can be a multiple offer situation. Let's see what else comes out with it. The tea leaf reading cards, I separate these into kind of like very, very positive cards and ones that are kind of like warnings, things that we need to keep an eye out from. You got one from each. This is Younger Man, dealings or relationships with a younger man. Interesting. And then Tent, temporary situation. This could be a conflict with somebody at work. This is the start of something new. We have the masculine over here. So far we've got communication from a younger man regarding new options. Potentially a temporary situation. That could be a temp position. We'll find out soon. Butterfly Garden, that is a transformation energy. We have music. There is melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the wood if we only listen. This is one of those cards telling you to be aware of the signs around you. Remember, our guides are always trying to steer us in the right direction, lead us down the right path. Moon energy, good. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Whenever you're trying to tap in and get guidance, remember the first thing to do is to ground. You need to be very firmly anchored in the 3D in order to be able to kind of like receive the messages that are about your earthly path. When everything is in the energetic realm, multiple possibilities exist. Our choices are what pave our future. So first ground and then get the information that will help you within this timeline, within this reality, that'll help you steer. And then we have purification. Remember, good intent is one of the things that yields the best results in anything that you're trying to accomplish. The closer your intent is to good, the more you will be able to manifest, the more power you will have in magic as well. The magic that I practice is celestial and angelic magic, and it is fueled best by good intent. Here's the thing. If you're in my collective, then you likely do have very good intent. This could be also kind of go back to the basics of what you are trying to do. Make sure that you are trying to accomplish something on a life's purpose and with a life's plan, rather than simply trying to, like, you know, make money, because unfortunately it's a fairly empty pursuit. Not that following your life path can't be very lucrative. It's just that if money is the goal in something, it is, again, incredibly empty as a pursuit. Pursuing things that enrich us, that expand our universe, that help one another, they can also enrich our bank accounts, absolutely. But the better your intent is what you're doing, the better results you'll receive in every area of life. All right, this younger man energy is kind of intriguing to me, and then a temporary situation, huh? Communication from a younger man with dark hair. And then music, I like to listen to guided meditations as one of the ways that I meditate, quite simply because I have a lot of excess physical energy. I have to kind of spill it off. Here we go. Let's get going with a rune card. What's your rune card? 1 and 2, and I don't know these at all yet, so it'll be fun. But there's a card reader on Instagram. I bought a custom set from her, and so I realized afterwards, it's like, oh, well, I better get learning those. All right, here we go. This is your rune, and it is, who knows how to pronounce this? Nalviz. Theme, basic needs, keywords, necessity, foundation, prerequisites, requirements, magical working, providing for basic needs. That means that you're in a balanced state. Develop spiritual practice. That was also telling you to tap in. Obtaining a mate, protection. Interesting. Restricted progress until needs are met. A good foundation is required. Warning against building castles in the air or sky. That's that need to ground energy. What is a need versus a desire? Evaluate requirements carefully. What must be done before proceeding? Beware of moving too quickly and examine motives. My gosh, that's the purity. That's the purification energy. All right, well, this sounds like you're living in an energy where all of your needs will be met, but that your progress is slightly impeded due to a temporary situation. This could be the greater world, guys. I am filming this, unfortunately, just as Russia attacked Ukraine, and that will cause some fluctuations in the world market, obviously, and then, obviously, the people of Ukraine. Hopefully, all will work out well for them. Let's get going with a predictive spread for what's coming up in money and career. King of Swords, clarity, truth. It's also research. It's also analytical thinking in the head and the heart battle. The King of Swords always chooses the head. It can be air sign energy, which is Capricorn. I'm sorry, I want to say Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, which is, of course, earth sign energy. It's Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Let's get going here. What do we got? What's coming up in money and career for group number 1? All right, here we go. Ace of Cups in the upright. That's that offer energy. We're going to do 2 more times. We're just going to take the rest of the spread. There we go. All right, we're doing a 9-card spread for, that's independence, being able to meet your own needs. Here we go. I have the Hierophant, the High Priestess in reverse, which is Revelations, 4 of Wands in reverse. This is something being made clearer. This is not a bad read so far. 7 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Chariot in the upright. This can be a card for, this can actually be a card for war. 8 of Cups in reverse. And then I have the Judgment card in the upright. Page of Wands would have come after it, so we're going to go ahead and take that. Let's get talking about what's going on here. What's been going on for you? Okay, doesn't look like things are too bad. Like, this is the energy of being able to, realistically, you're able to relax. There are new things coming to you, but you do need to allow them to come to you. Like, you can't pursue this. This is a building energy. The 7 of Pentacles can be seen in reverse as failure. I don't personally see it that way because of the Ace of Cups right above it. This card will feed into this card in this particular spread. High Priestess, things being made clear with the progress of the greater world is a slight impediment because there is instability, but don't worry, we will be returning to a balanced state. Judgment, that is that purity of intent, will carry you through, and what comes to you will reflect that. Now, is there some like great sky being judging us? No, not really. But really, we get better results when we work in conjunction and for the benefit of our highest self. And that is going to be a purity type of thing. So you've got good energy around what's coming up, but you kind of need to chill and be patient with the situation in the greater world. There are offers coming to you. This dealings with a younger man could be the King of Swords, could be an air sign. Here's the thing, I don't think so. I think it's more information coming to you on a project that's been going for a while. You're a little disappointed on the progress. There will be progress in it, and it's actually going to turn out quite well as long as you are working on a purposeful path. And remember, like, I have a collective of healers, psychics, magicians, and are healers always working in esoteric arts? No, they're not. It means that you possess the ability to transmute energy around you. If you are trying to work towards the highest good of all, you're always going to get the better results. Chariot, there we go. Charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. I like this progress. I don't like the energy of the world in this particular reading. I'd be a little surprised if I did right at the particular moment. This is an unstable energy. This is things will return. The Eight of Cups in the upright is kind of going on a journey, leaving that which does not work behind. It's searching for fulfillment. Coming to the Eight of Cups in reverse is something returning to you. All of your efforts of the past, even though like it's a little bit beyond disappointed here. It's not simply I'm disappointed in the pace of things, like you're wondering if you took a wrong turn. You didn't. You didn't. It's just the greater world has this great impact on you. You don't like that part. You really don't. But you have somebody coming into your life. I don't think you know this person, this temporary situation, dealings or relationships with a younger man, and then the King of Swords. It's almost like someone's coming towards you with an unexpected offer that will cause you to like reassess some goals. You're going to be a little uncertain about it because the Four of Wands in the upright. Now, the Four of Wands in reverse can be a twin flame and separation card. This is not a romance reading. In reverse like that, it is uncertainty. It is a lack of contentment or feeling overly challenged, not feeling particularly secure in something. But the Eight of Cups in reverse says that everything that you've learned will fuel you going forward. So you're coming into a time where your efforts are paying off, but like you'll be a little off balance because there are challenges ahead. Mindful, groupthink, it's like you're serving your community. The more you work within, again, these strong, very targeted energies of trying to pursue a purposeful path, you'll do better with that. And listen, you may be a garbage man and have a purposeful path. It's just that everything that you do, you try to do with imparting energy to the greater world that will serve it versus diminish it. And why is it so important to think of the greater world versus just personally? You're allowed to think of your personal concerns. You genuinely are. But you will learn more, you will evolve better, you will transcend obstacles more easily if you view yourself as part of a whole. That's that groupthink. We have Watchers, transpersonal. It's pretty much exactly what I'm saying. And then Covenant, sacred contract. Interesting. I think what we've got going on here is you really are living in your life's purpose. But you've been pretty challenged because when you kind of gone on that path, I really think that as you felt more called towards a spiritual journey, you thought things would go like, well, I've signed on. And now I will be guided and like obstacles will be cleared from my path. And it hasn't quite turned out that way. Like you surrendered to the idea that there is something beyond this, that there is something that you are meant to be doing. And like you've been happy enough in it, but my gosh, you've been disappointed with the rate of things. The things that have become clear in the greater world is that there's a time of transition and that there is a reason that you kind of, I don't want to say got held in stasis because I don't have that feeling, but it's like sloth speeds on trying to make progress. We have Not For You, and then I want one more. To the Sea. Oh, you're very risk averse. You're very, very risk averse. So that's why you're chomping at the bit here, is that you've kind of leaned in on trying to do what you're meant to, and your basic needs are being met, but you're disappointed in that as a concept because you thought you would have more progress at the present time. And like you're wondering, when are you going to get a return on all of the efforts that you've put in? It looks like pretty shortly. It really does. But the Judgment energy is things being made clear. It really can be like the whole that's the card for the Archangel Gabriel. By the way, this card frequently represents Gabriel for me because I'm a conduit for the Archangel Gabriel, or also known as the spirit of air or the spirit of advanced communication. So these two for me are very related concepts. It's almost as if you had to drown out the voices of others. It is. It's almost like you had to drown out the voices of others. It's being pulled in two different directions at different points. Like you can have a little uncertainty around yourself sometimes, like your path. But this charge ahead confidently with the Chariot energy, I like that. I want to get more money cards on this, and we're going to go for that. Hold on. Here we go. 1 and 2. We're getting an archetype card just to see if there's anything else we need to be aware of. And then I'm going to pull with the energy deck to try and get some related money cards, and then possibly the quantum as well. Messiah. Serving humanity with humility is the light attribute. Shadow attribute, exaggerated belief that you are only means through which a cause can succeed. Remember this, okay? Because this is a balancing thing. We exist best in the state of balance. Every now and then I'll be getting a comment in the, the comment section about how somebody, hey, the reading didn't resonate for someone. And that's because maybe I'm just not their reader. Like, that does happen. We all have different collectives. Even though I'm a conduit for the spirit of air, that doesn't mean that I have everyone's messages. And it also means that, like, every now and then I can't reach somebody, and it doesn't mean that they're going to fail because they didn't listen to me. It means that their source of information comes from a different place. We are all part of a greater fabric. We are all part of a thread that weaves a greater tapestry. None of us is truly more important than the other. We are all one. And so that's the only thing to remember, is that even when you're working in a purpose, that doesn't mean that you're elevated or that you're above other people or that you're transcending other people. It means that you are here to perform a function. We're all part of a greater whole. View yourself and view what you do, even if you are living in your purpose, even if you feel very guided, even if you're like, hey, I'm really I'm on fire, I'm making things really succeed. Do everything with humility. And know that all that is given to you comes from far beyond you, and that is a star seed and a light worker thing as well. That if you have gifts, they weren't bestowed upon you because of merit. It was a task that you agreed to take on, and that's nothing to diminish your worth at all. It's just something to keep in mind as you go forward. We have hostilities. This is going to be a greater world energy. Walking away. Okay, good. Strategy. Cornucopia. This is wish fulfillment. Victory. Uriel. Okay, this is the Divine Purpose card as well. Or it's one of them. Listen, what I keep getting is that even though it looks hairy scary right now, and this can be a card for war, it can be. It looks to me like everything is going to work out and that everything is going according to plan. I think this is a greater world energy. We are in a time of transition. Right now, it cannot be more obvious that it's not the time to really expect a great deal of return on efforts. There are too many distractions, too many disruptions. I don't even have one money card on this yet, which is very interesting to me. But you did get that basic needs being met, which is kind of telling you to don't sweat it right now. If you have enough for right now, know that everything, the dust needs to settle. The dust needs to settle. We're gonna two more on this, one and two, and I want to get fortune reading cards as well. And then we're just gonna break this down to see what it means. We have true love, oh Lord, loving man, intuition and manifestation, and then conflict. We're taking one more, I'm not leaving it on conflict, guys. The healing light, okay. Okie dokie. So, I did not intend this to have anything to do with love, but we do have this offer from what appears to be a younger man. We have true love, the loving man, intuition, manifestation, conflict, and the healing light. On the other side of this conflict is apparently a personal development for you as well. But in terms of money, it's what you're being asked to focus on here is your purpose, not the lucrative aspect of it. If you are living in a purposeful energy, and by the way, if this isn't making any sense to you, then I really might not be the reader for you. And that's no offense taken and no offense meant. It's not about worth, it's about we all have different collectives. And my collective is a group of people who have a job to do after a time of disruption. And it's leaning into a purpose, and again, one is not more important than the other. It's not. We're all interwoven, we're all interconnected. Let's go. We have tough and trying times, cheapers, creepers. All right. Tough times ahead. Think long term. Avoid making and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all costs. And then we have love. Dear Lord. Okay. Love is in the air. A great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. Perseverance. Your hard work. You may feel like you are getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Okay. So group number one. Whatever you are hoping for out of this reading, what you're being told is At present, you actually really do have enough. Your needs are met, your basic needs are met. You are hoping for more success and greater progress. But in doing so, you're kind of trying to live in a micro world versus a macro world. Hold on. Yes, the greater world has a great deal of disruption around it. Again, this is one of the cards for war as well. But it's also the card for progress and moving ahead. Things have not happened on the time frame that you want them to by kind of a lot. And the frustration that you feel is noted. This is a card of frustration as well. Butterfly Garden, everything is transforming. Sacred contract, you're living in a life's purpose. Please, 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 please understand. When you are really leaning into it, when your intent is pure, when you are trying your very best to be part of a greater whole, groupthink, you're part of a greater whole, transpersonal, and then sacred contract, this is a purpose energy. This is a purpose energy. Ground, meditate, ask for guidance. Know that if things have not come to you in the time period that you want to, not for you and to the sea, there is more ahead of you. You're super, super risk averse, and that is okay. They're not going to force you to take risks. There is this instability energy here. Keep persevering. Your efforts will pay off. This is very much an offer energy. And we have this temporary situation, means that if your progress feels a little bit blocked, please don't worry as much as you have been worrying. Genuinely, please don't worry as much as you've been worrying. Everything that is meant to be is coming to be. We have the masculine. I'm telling you, it's like we're trying to read on your work and career, and everything is about like, hey, let's talk about love. And if you're watching this right now, you're like, that is genuinely no. This is a card of self-love. This is that man making an offer. They actually even look a tiny bit similar. Intuition and manifestation, conflict and the healing light. Even though right now, at this very, very moment, it's a little bit scary, you do not need to be afraid. Everything is actually working out for you. Live in your purpose and all will come to you. In terms of what's coming up, a very balanced budget for a little bit. You want gain is the thing. You want gain. You want to see your security like coming in underneath you. The world's busy transforming, guys. The world's busy transforming. It will get here. Keep your options open because things are developing in the greater world as well. Honest to goodness, I would say that that has more to do with something having to do with whatever that like romantic energy is that contains this kind of like no hard pass energy with it. Try not to think of, like, don't define your options that rigidly. You actually really are being told to keep options open. Keep your options open. There's more to come here. The thing that you're asking about, you're looking to the wrong source. You're looking to the wrong source for fulfillment. You want it to come from this earthly security, because no matter how many times you're kind of told, hey, listen, that's not really where it comes from. Like that you could have the biggest number in the bank, but realistically, like a computer virus could wipe out like everything, all the data in a bank. What you really need to have is a sense of a place in this world to be successful. And that's, I'm not trying to be scoldy or anything. I'm just trying to tell you that the cards are reminding you that there's more to this journey. There's more to this journey than how much lands in your bank account. Purity of intent. Just hope for the world. Spend time sending good healing energy out into the world, because again, I have a healer's collective. And know that there is surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. Oh my gosh, you want your life to be back into like a very structured and ordered way. More than anything. Like you're a bit of a security seeker. I kind of don't blame you. Like, I kind of don't blame you. You want more to be happening than is happening in your life right now. You will have enough to meet all needs. Like sincerely, you never need to worry about that part. And it's not just your needs. It's not just you'll be fed. Like what you need to make you content is coming to you, but you chomp at the bit so much. I just chomp at the bit so much. Stormfields, changes into the unknown. Balancing act. Balance budget, and then spirit of place. That's an intent card as well. Okay, listen. Whatever you're worried about right now, try not to be. Put it on a shelf. Everything is coming into alignment as you were told it would. You're hoping, this is like a life's purpose. I'm gonna have to start like retitling the cards or something, because this is more about if you're living in your purpose, what's happening in money and career. Money and career, everything is gonna come out into balance. Watch your intent. Don't let fear rule your actions. That's just one of the things that you need to keep in mind as you move forward. And again, not a criticism, not a punishment. It just kind of is the gig, is that you're focusing too much on like these tangible aspects of success. And you've been told a bazillion times, if you've been told one, you're gonna be taken care of. You don't need to be afraid. You worry and you're afraid all the time anyway. And you just genuinely don't need to be. Air spirit is knowledge. Matches with this and this. The Judgment card again. The Archangel Gabriel is the spirit of air, the chief spirit of air, the guardian of air. And then we have expansion. Okay, knowledge, expansion. And then one more, please. 1 and 2. This is an interesting read. Transmutation. Okay. So group number 1. You're watching this reading because you want, like, you're aware of the greater world. And even though you know that there's so much going on in it, like, you want your answers now because it's the only thing that gives you peace, is the idea that you can plan for your future. Right now is a temporary situation. There's more coming. There's more coming. Please don't worry as much as you have been. You will be living in a balanced state. More is happening on the other side of a conflict. It will bloom and blossom in your life, and you actually have a lot of butterfly garden. It's just a time of transition. See, I think you're watching this because the greater world has started to frighten you. And try not to let it, because genuinely, everything is going to work out just fine. That doesn't mean no one will suffer, but it does not appear that you will. And if you keep making the efforts that you've been making, you will get a return on it. And you keep getting this message, and then when you try to be patient for like 3-4 weeks, when nothing happens, like you come back and I'm like, well, okay, where is this stuff? When's it happening? It's happening every single day. It's just you do not like the pace at which things are happening. And so you double check, and then you triple check, and then you're up to the quadruple check. And remember, that's not what faith is. That is not what belief is. That is not what surrender is. Group number 1, your money and career aspect is like you're going to be fine every single need. And that does not mean that you're going to be left eating ramen. And so at least you have food in your stomach as the war rages outside or something. That is not what that means. To keep you calm, to keep you happy, to keep you in a good energy. You will be provided for. Take care of yourself. Settle into continuing to balance and continuing to pursue energetic and emotional health. The world outside is a little bit crazy, but all of your needs will be met, and you're incredibly protected. All of the success that you've been told is coming to you is coming to you. We are in a time of transition. Wait and be patient. In money and career, what's coming on the other side of basically settling some differences in the greater world is expansion for you. Remember that. You got the expansion card as well. Keep biding your time and making the efforts that you're making, and knowing that they are. That perseverance card that you got from the fortune cookie deck, you may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead, and don't give up with this transformation energy. And then music, there is melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Please ground. Please ground. you lose your sense of being rooted on a path sometimes because you just want stuff now to comfort you. Please remember, there's a lot going on in the world and you're very special in it, but everyone is important. And if you look around right now, you should have quite enough and will be expanding and growing. Stay on your path, keep tapping in, keep asking your guides, and know that as the world changes, the healers in it have more and more to do on the other side of the changes, but we're in the eye of that storm right now. Hold on, you're protected through this storm. On the other side of it, your increase lies. But be patient with you, and be patient with the giant thing that is reality. Everything you've been promised is coming to you. Take care, be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. I've been using some of my decks that have been out of rotation for a little bit, so I've got a little bit of dust coming off of some of these decks. Okay, we have the... I don't even know which tarot deck this is. I have so many of them at this point. I think it's the Gilded Tarot, but I'm not positive. We have some runestone cards as well. I'm learning them because I have a set of runestones coming, and I will select a card for you and then we'll look at the definition of it together. Let's get going with this. Remember, there's a link to my website in the description box down below if you want to book me for a private reading. If you hit the post bell notification, you'll be notified every time I post a video. I'm sorry I get lost in the reading almost as soon as I start flipping cards. So clouds. As everything being up in the air, and there is some confusion with that energy. Resistance as well. Let's keep going. Barn owl. Love approaches unexpectedly. This money and career read has been driving me a little bit nuts because I have not expected it to, like it's a money and career reading. And like, you know, even pile number 1 was like, love. And I said, no, gosh, guys, we're trying to do this first. We have something important, such as a new job or a raise. There we go. That's bagged from the tea leaf. I have a negative and a not so positive deck. Well, I guess it's a not so positive deck and a very positive deck for the tea leaf cards. We've got one from each. And then table, hard work ahead. Okay. A long way home. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. I have lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy. They're spirits of air, they're not fairies. Sometimes she can help us find the things we never even realized were lost. And then I have change. Okay. Times of transition bring a lot of need to kind of double down on what you're doing. You're the second group to get a, hey, barn owl, but remember, owls are messengers, spirit messengers as well. Apparently something with love trying to come to you, or something in love. The wish is wish fulfillment. Lost and found, it's like something you like gave up hope on is returning to you. And change. I think you're just a little frustrated at the moment, group number 2. It would be a little bit different if you weren't. Now, this is a timeless reading, but I am filming this like directly after Russia invaded Ukraine, and so we have a time of conflict and transition. The greater world energy, of course, will have a tremendous impact on money and career. Let's get going with your rune card. Here we go. So that change energy, lost and found, huh? Hard work ahead. It's like there's increase for you, but like it's doubling down on something. Here is your rune card. It is, how in the world do we pronounce this? Odala, all right? Theme, inheritance. Keywords, heritage, legacy, property. Birthright, ancestral home, generations, magical working, strengthen family bonds, acquisition of wealth, assuming leadership, guardian of the clan, legacy of past generations, birthright, long-term wealth and holding real estates, family tradition and heritage, benefits passed on through generations. All right, well, here's the thing. Obviously, I'm not going to be reading those in reverse right now. We'll find out what that has to do with anything, but the lost and found, and then bag. bag and then like a inherited wealth. It's almost like you're going to receive a gift of some kind. Might be a good time to play the lottery. Let's find out. Remember, before I get started, because we're dealing with money and career, never let me make your decisions for you. Tarot is meant for entertainment. It's not meant to guide your life to the extent that you let it take over your decisions. Add it to your decision-making process. Don't let it stand in for it. I am saying that for legal reasons because money and career. Here we go. Here we go. Money and finances. What's coming up for pile number 2? Looks pretty good so far, but it kind of looks like with that a long way home, it's like, it's almost like you're going to have to really double down on effort. And it's because you're needed. Wish. A wish of yours is coming true. Something that you thought was lost is returning to you. And it does appear as if you may receive a gift of money with that runestone. All right, here we go. Let's go. 1 and 2 and 3. This has been an interesting read so far. All right, what's coming up? Money and career. Let's find out. 2 of Wands, committing to a plan. Justice in the upright. That's a legal matter as well. 4 of Swords in reverse. Death card in the upright. Are you really going to get an inheritance here? Okay, here we go. 6 of Wands in the upright. 8 of Pentacles in the upright. These are excellent cards. This is a good balanced budget. This is social media stars. This is also promotions. This is also basically progress. This is like the triumph over adversity card. It's a triumphant card. 8 of Pentacles in the upright is learning life's lessons and mastering things. I have the Moon in reverse, which is clarity. I have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, which is quite literally one of the cards for receiving a gift. 8 of Cups in reverse, okay. And the 4 of Wands in the upright. And it can be a family card, but that is a stable card as well. You have a change in your financial stability that's coming to you. It looks to me as if you are receiving a gift. It could be from a family member. Listen, like, don't be afraid because there's no mourning energy around this, but it appears that it might have something to do with an inheritance. Genuinely, it appears that it might have something to do with an inheritance. Clouds, things being up in the air, something being concealed as well. I like the Death card because it is a rebirth energy, but in this particular instance, and remember, this like could be somebody that you haven't seen in years who simply remembers you very fondly. So don't be afraid of that at all. But this is a good balanced budget. This is like having enough. We're moving towards like basically privilege when we get the 8 of Pentacles in the upright, because the 9 of Pentacles is one of the cards for privilege. 6 of Wands, good progress around your choices. Lots of the steps that you need to take soon will be made very clear. I do think the greater world has something important happening for your career in it. We've just wiped out half my desk over here. Pick it up. And who was flipped? Light attributes, King. Okay, here we go. These are the 3 that flipped. Child magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, that belief that everything is possible. The shadow attributes are pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required, and growth. King. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Well, we know what that's about. Child nature, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Shadow abuse, a tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Okay, remember, this can be a lashing out energy. Balance and ground, balance and ground. A lot of trauma survivors struggle with emotional regulation, and they can have these kind of eruptions. Just remember, there's no... Here's why the law of attraction doesn't really work as it is taught. And I'm going to have to do a video about this someday. But the law of attraction tells you to like live in the energy that you want. And like everything's great, everything's wonderful, only have positive thoughts. Hey, guess what? You cannot ignore your negative emotions, your trauma, your pain, your sorrow, your grief. You can try and stuff it down, but it will be there and it will be repressed. The way to make things manifest is to live in this very positive energy by healing and resolving that from the past, not pretending it isn't there. Because that's why it can appear to work at first and then everything goes sideways, because you cannot pretend away pain, difficulty, or the lessons that you're meant to learn in this lifetime. And I'm not scolding you on anything, but this is the lessons card. To bring everything into be that you want to, the divine timing card relies on when everything's going to manifest for you with this wish card, when you have done the healing work and are in balance. And that's just, we can't skip that step. We can't skip that step. I like this, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. There's a lot of grounding energy around this as well. Remember, that is the most important thing when you are trying to manifest, because you want to bring things into the 3D with you. And so you need to work on manifestation by getting into nature is the easiest way to ground. And whenever I say that, like, people are like, hey, it's 18 degrees here, I can't, okay, that's great. Look at travel videos, there's all over TikTok, there are beautiful accounts that do nothing but explore natural beauty. You just need to expose yourself to the energy. You don't have to be out in the elements. So watching things on TV, watching things on TikTok, watching things on the platform of your choice counts as much. Look at nature videos if you can't get into nature to help you ground. All right, here we go. Let's get the fortune reading cards. I love this. You've got increase coming to you and you're receiving money, it looks like, within the next 6 months. The greater world energy will bring changes to you. Unity. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. This is looking great. This is looking really, really great. Remember, like, that whole leadership thing, we choose our emotional directions. We choose the way that we look at things. We choose so much of our experience. And that is including how we view our difficulties. Luck. You are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. This thing where someone is like, this really does look like a receiving of a gift or money. For some people, that's how it's going to work out. Remember, it's a general reading, so it cannot hold true for everybody. And the reason I'm saying that is very much a windfall type of energy. And I hope that it holds true for everybody. But remember, what it's really saying here, resistance to change is a difficult thing for you. You want things to work out the way you want them to work out. Like the thing that you have a really hard time letting go of your vision on something. And it makes it, you don't think of it this way, but it's an attachment to an outcome. It's important to know what you want, but we can't have, like, only this will fulfill this want, this wish, this need. Because if we do that, then, like, remember, reality is gigantic and, like, beyond gigantic. So much goes into bringing a manifestation to you. You need to leave the edges of that picture a little bit soft. Don't have rigid definitions around the only thing that will make you happy. Here's a security card with the first chakra, Archangel Michael, but it's also a grounding card. Unity, a time of great understanding. You're, as usual, you're being asked to heed the messages that you are being given and to try and tap in. Financial security just does not appear to be much of an issue for you going forward. It's like you're returning to a time of great stability. The Eight of Cups in reverse is, okay, Karen connections. Let's go, let's go. What's coming up in money and career? I cannot get my cards to quit talking about love. I just really can't. I'm not sure why. Here we go. You fell out. All tied up. All right. A little bit blocked because of the greater world. Maybe in probate or something. Storm warning. Ooh. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Yin Yang. Hey. Well, that's like a soulmate energy. And by the way, it's not like I'm anti-love or anything, but it can be very, very frustrating where I'm like, let's talk about money and career. And the cards are like, let's talk about love. We can't spend that, guys. Come on. Everybody's looking for their security. The security looks very good for you going forward. If you've been looking for a job, this is a great energy for that. This is having choices. This is particularly good for legal careers, for legal matters, for anything analytical. There we go, behind a mask. Something is hidden. That can be underlying motives as well. Now that's emotional repression too. Remember that child magical thing or the child nature where you have, this is emotional regulation issues. Remember, emotional regulation is not about like, I have every emotion and everybody can see it. Half the time it is not allowing anybody to see what you're feeling, which means you're repressing. Now, when we like learn emotional regulation and we heal all the wounds within, what happens is you can be feeling something without reacting to it. Your higher self, oh, your higher self has been guiding a journey. Like right now, you kind of want to kick your higher self's butt is the thing. Like that lost and found energy is here. Present power. I want one more on that. This is the Quantum Oracle, in case anyone is wondering. This is one of the better decks for any type of business career type of thing. It does not focus a great deal on relationships. There's some things in it that have to do with that. You have so much coming in for you, though. The Sacred Temple, the Loving Love. All right, my freaking cards will not shut up about connection. And they just won't shut up about connection right now. What you're being told in this money and career read is, are you sure you're focusing on the right area of your life? Like you've got a lot coming up against, you've got a lot of activity coming up. Like it's almost like resistance to change, resistance to change. You don't think of yourself as being resistant to change at all. In fact, you think change is your jam. You're not, dude. Like you are resistant to change because what you really want is for everything to settle down, which means that you want the changes to stop and for like stability to come back underneath you. It will, but like examine that. Lean into change. Change is the way things get better. Communication. A reunion could bring love or a rekindling of friendship. A lucky win seems likely. You have windfall luck here. We got perseverance here as well. You may feel like you are getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Manifestations. A bountiful time awaits. Your wishes could manifest right before your eyes. All right, that's that wish energy. That's that manifestation energy. Okay. Listen, I'm not super jazzed about talking about this because I kind of don't want to, but I'm going to anyway. I don't know what the story is that this particular reading is so far attracting a lot of people who are resistant to the idea of connection within their life. You're trying to block connection. There's something trying to come to you on that. Be open, be receptive. Remember, we're never meant to live with a single-minded focus towards anything. And this is unity and then luck. And like for someone who's always saying like, you know, because I help people heal from codependency, is that you have the only cure for codependence is independence. One of the hallmarks of independence is being able to provide for yourself. You might have picked up that flag and just run with it a little bit too long and hard. And now, like your plans, the things that you envision, the things that you're hoping for, the things that you want in the future, all revolve around what you're going to do. And it's all very singular stuff. And that is not quite what being independent really means. You do not have to be, you don't have to live a solitary life to be independent. You don't have to have solitary dreams. You just need to know that you can build a life that thrives and is successful, and you can be happy by yourself. You can still want a partnership. You genuinely can. But you're receiving some type of, like, it looks like boon or windfall or like, you know, sustaining amount of money. And with it, like, remember, you're resistant to change. You want to withdraw is the thing. Like you kind of want to get off the crazy merry-go-round. And if like there can, because we've got a merry-go-round here too, and here we've got a carousel horse. You really, like, the reason that security has been held back from you for a little bit is they want you to remember benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. You really, 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 really want to take financial security and make a run for it. And just go and live underneath, like, you know, like, hey, I will build a fortress if I need to. I will live on a compound if I must. But get me away from all of this disruption, all of this challenge. You have so many changes coming up, and in one area you're very resistant to it. With Mountain, okay, that's an obstacle in your path, which is the greater world energy right now. That's the resistance energy. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on with this. Be aware, again, your finances look good. Your finances just look good. Moonlight, education, heal the ouch. Oh, poop. Come together. Oh my goodness, I can't get it to leave it alone. Please remember this. It is important to be self-reliant. It is, but you've shifted focus from, you know, I just want my person. I just want to have a family. I just want to pour all of my efforts into building this secure ship against the storm that rages outside. There isn't anything wrong with any of that. There genuinely is not. But you're an either or person at this stage. You're like, okay, well, that didn't work out so great. And by the way, if you're like, hey, no, I've been married for like 15 years, we're very happy, then this might not be your pile. Because there is so much about being resistant to connecting with other people in a romantic sense with this. Here we go. 1 and 2. Hard work ahead. Lost and found. It is something, a part of you that you have tried to shelve. Love approaches unexpectedly. Is trying to get back in. And you kind of don't even want it, like you're flexible. Higher power. Poised. Good. No place like home. Fork in the road. All right, wait, that was TikTok. This is, I'm very used to this message for a different group. The divine is never, ever, ever, ever going to force you to have a relationship that you do not want to. That said, the resistance to change, you're not making a decision from a powerful place. You're trying to make it from pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Oh boy. Okay, so group number 2, let's talk about your finance and career energy, because it's very, very good. There's progress coming to you. Choices will be made available to you. If you've been looking for a job, there are offer energies here. You are being told, once again, live in a balanced state. And that does mean like personal relationships have a place in your life. You can hyper-focus and you change what you're hyper-focusing on. And your spirit guides and essentially your team are trying to remind you, this is not how that works best. You will have the best outcomes when you try and live in a balanced state. Something didn't happen in the time period that you wanted, so you tried to move on from it. You were being asked to remember the lessons that you're being taught, because you do know that like this experience is here to teach you something. You keep wanting to put all of your eggs into one basket. You don't like diversity in your dreams. You want to have a vision and a focus and a thing that you're going towards. And it could be because you struggle a little bit with kind of, it's not so much the resistance to change. You might be an advocate for change, but my gosh, you want to know where you're going. Like you want to have a goal. You want to be able to, like it's the only thing that has kept you hanging on through tough times has been the ability to plan about where you're going. Divine timing has been like, it's something you've learned about. Your path will become clear to you. Listen, once again, it does appear as if like there is a windfall of some type sort that will make it possible for you to kind of slack off, I guess. Please remember it's a purpose, not a profession. And you're not being told that you have to work like a crazy human being, just that communication, perseverance, manifestations. You would not like the life that you're trying to envision as much as you think you would. You wouldn't. You just want things to come to rest and for things to calm down for a while. Your resistance to the idea of potentially a romantic relationship is not coming from a place of, I just love my life as it is. It's coming from a place of resisting, like, you don't want to get hurt. And it's not fearful. Like, you're not a fearful person, but like you want definition so much. And you do not think of that as being resistant to change or creating barriers or blocking anything out. But you want to see a picture and hyper focus on it, and I will bring that into be. And more, your hyper focus has been about like building the life that you want, and you don't make a lot of room in your visions about what else, because these are dreams as well, about who else you're going to allow in. And you get this message kind of a lot in readings. There is something trying to come to you in terms of a relationship, in terms of stability, potentially in terms of even having a family. And does that mean like having children? It doesn't necessarily mean having children, but viewing yourself as part of a family, viewing yourself as part of a greater whole. You have really come to view yourself as like the person who is along my home, resistant. You've come to view yourself as an island. These are very related images, and they're not from the same deck. What was once lost is about to be found thanks to the Lost and Found Fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. You've got so many manifesting things around money. You've got so many hard work ahead. Inheritance, legacy, property, birthright. The other thing that's coming into you is ancestral knowledge around the ability to manifest. Remember, when you're really tapped in, like you gain access to essentially your other lifetime's knowledge and experience, please, please, please stop trying to define things so rigidly. In money and career, you have increase coming to you. You have a potential windfall coming to you. When you hear that, a part of you goes, oh, thank goodness I can go and live on a remote island and never talk to another person. That is not what your path is. That is not what your fate is. And you're not being scolded about it. It's just you're being asked over and over again to please examine why that is. Sincerely, why did your dreams turn from like inclusion and, you know, acceptance and family and having things and people to like, I'm gonna build my safety, I will do the job that I'm asked to do, but my heart is a little bit remote. Love approaches unexpectedly. I do think that's romantic love in this instance, and I'm not sure what happened that made you like resistant to the idea of it, but the long way home energy, whether or not you're in that headspace, the universe appears to be. And if this remains a theme throughout this reading, it's going to be a little bit weird. But the first two piles had to do with this. Again, this is not a reading where it is likely more than one pile will call out to anybody. Changes are coming, kind of hang on through a time of, like, I almost want to say conflict and chaos. Everything will change for you and become much better, but you need to open your heart to the idea of loving another person again. Again, if this is not describing you, it's not your pile. It can't be, because it's such a theme in it, is trying to make sure that you are receptive to connection, because you have a role to play in connecting to others and helping lost and found You don't think of it this way, but you're cutting a part of you off in order to try and seek security. And that is a fear-based thing. It's a fear-based thing, and you're not a fearful person. And like your hackles might like kind of rise at the idea of being called fearful, because it's like, gee, you know what I've been through? Kind of, yeah. And you're not a fearful person, but you are so like no one's ever gonna hurt me again type of thing, that you're shutting your visions down to a fuller life. It is like you're focusing way too much just on your work. You don't even need to worry about your finances and your security. More is coming to you. We had good offers available. And again, for some, there's going to be an inheritance or a windfall. But remember, open up your heart space. Work on your heart chakra as well as grounding. You're a little bit blocked on your success because you don't want to have a full experience because you want to avoid being hurt. All right, so group number 2, that was your odd money reading. Money looks awesome. Heal that heart space so that you can have everything that is meant to come to you in this lifetime. And you're being told this not because you're being scolded, but to remember, your higher self is the one who makes this plan. And you will keep being course corrected because it is the path that you wanted to take in this life. Allow more to come to you when it comes to human beings. Money is going to not be much of an issue, but it's going to be about a 2-month period before like that breaks entirely, and you'll be well provided for until that time. Take care, be well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. We're going to get started with, we're going to get a runestone card as well, because I'm just learning those. We're going to get some oracle cards. My Warhorse deck, the Thelema deck, is going to be bringing you your predictive spread. Let's get going with your oracle cards. We have house, okay? That's about needing security. It can be an actual physical house. Uncertainty. Well, the times right now are really kind of doubling down. I'm filming this on the day after Russia invaded Ukraine, and so we've got a lot of world instability right now. Red and yellow barbet. Harmony returns even after wrenching loss. Well, that couldn't have been better timed. Good. Harmony after a time of wrenching loss. We have bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. You're going to be really called upon to like kind of double down on who you know yourself to be. Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Don't let it be you. Change is the way things get better. Okay. Another card with house. A house of flowers. Simplicity. Darkness. Okay. Stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Listen, please put into place a meditative practice. Even if you cannot see the results, something happens every stinking time you meditate. Whether or not like you can feel it, you're certain of it, it's there. They're trying to help you. Wrenching loss. Like, here's the thing. You are such a show me the money type of person. You want more assurance around your security. You could be asking about when you're going to be able to have a home as well. The current dark times are causing you some confusion. Let's get these. I am learning runestones, so we're using some rune cards as I learn them. There we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. The gauze, transformation, polarity, reversal, yin-yang, counterbalance, enlightenment, change. Reserving energy, balancing forces, bring about change, self-transformation. As different as the night and day, dawning of a new day. The caterpillar becomes the butterfly, okay. Opposing sides and balance, yay. Self-transformation, growth, changing one point of view, switching sides, and major life changes. So this is a runestone that indicates a lot of change coming to you. Interesting. All right, let's get going here and see what we can find with Thelema. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you hit that thumbs up button, if you like the reading, that helps as well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link in the website, to my website in the description box down below. What is this house energy here? Let's get going for group number 3. What's coming up for them in finance and career? In finance and career. Like the greater world uncertainty is tweaking out your anxiety like crazy. Yeah, the Hierophant in reverse, that is literally the government. One of the cards for government is the Hierophant. So when it's in reverse like that, it's traditional structures are feeling unstable. 1 and 2. And it can be after divorce. Sincerely, you may have had a change of living situation after divorce. The Hierophant is the card of traditional marriage. In the upright, in the reverse like that, it can be after a divorce. Page of Cups in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. The Hermit in the upright. The Chariot in the upright. Good. 9 of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah. 9 of Cups in the upright. This is a good reading. With the, okay, 2 Cups in the upright. King of Wands in the upright. Why am I laughing at that? Because despite my very best efforts, oh my goodness, I'm all like, let's talk about money and career. And the cards are like, and we're going to talk a little bit about love and connection. Listen, remember, balance is important in all areas of life. Do not hyper-focus on any one area. That includes money, that includes love. Like, sincerely, we're meant to have a balanced state. And that is all I'm going to try and say about this. Hopefully the cards will go around with that. It's just you have a connection coming up. It does appear to be of a passionate nature. You're a little bit too focused on being single potentially after, like, ending a relationship with a narcissist. You might have been married. You've been healing. In terms of what is coming up, though, look at this lovely energy. After a period of stasis, you're moving forward. This is one of the cards for success in a business career read. 9 of Pentacles is privilege, money coming in. This person can take care of themselves. And then 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment energy. Particularly if you've done manifestation energy, potentially around a house, you've got a lot coming to you. Please watch rigidity in thinking. For whatever reason, you're getting some warnings around that. Don't be rigid in what you're trying to manifest. You're a little bit like you won't change your view on that. You only want your success to come from one area. There may be more to it than you believe there to be. Try to be open and flexible. You are going to achieve success in what you wanted to is the thing. It's just, it's not the bulk of your success. And I think for a while you really thought it was going to be. There's just more to it. Hedonist inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates beauty in and of itself, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulge at the expense of others. A Fool. Fearlessly revealing emotions, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attributes are using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. Okay, this denial of the emotional truth thing, I can, like, trauma victims have a tendency to repress their emotions so that they can kind of continue on. Remember, we are meant to feel and process and release them. And somebody talking to me the other day about how they had this great healing and how the healer, like, released their sexual trauma from past life, this life, and lives to come. That's work that's emotional processing work that we have to do. There is no fast forward on it. There really isn't. We can't deny things out of existence. We can help that process along. Don't get me wrong. Healers can help something. They can help release it. They can start a process. But you cannot go to somebody and have them work on you energetically and have them do your spiritual evolution and emotional growth within a lifetime. It can start something, but it cannot resolve it without you examining the emotions. We have victim. Prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. Inability to maintain personal boundaries. Listen, this is my trauma group over and over and over and over again. And why? It's because group number 3 relates to the element of water. So it has to do with emotions. Like here's the key to my readings in case anybody cares. I guess I'll go over that in my Spirit Guide Monthly later. The first group will be earth, the second group is fire, the third group is water, and the last group tends to be people who are in the element of air. And that has nothing to do with your sun sign. It is the energies around you at any particular time. That's why I'm always saying do not pick my piles by I always pick this, that, or the other. Wait and see which element is trying to help you achieve a state of balance. Boy, you don't let anybody know what's going on with you. It's because of this person. Like you had like just a jerk, like someone who had narcissistic tendencies if they weren't a full-blown narcissist. And so like you just learned to conceal whatever's going on with you. This can be a card for hiding emotions as well. You'll enjoy your success more, and you do have success coming to you. This is good success energy. This is success energy as well. Listen, you're gonna have to wait out this greater world. Blah! Everybody is. Just kind of don't over invest in the difficulties of the moment. This Two of Cups with the King of Wands energy, can that be a new offer for a job? If you're looking for a job, yes, it can. It absolutely can. This is wish fulfillment around finding a job. In fact, the fact that these cards end with just wonderful cards around manifestation. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's a manifestation energy as well. But I've got 3 9s here. And the nines are about individual power. They're about independence. And just one of the things you're being reminded of is, are you choosing it for the right reasons? Are you sure? Here we go, 1 and 2 and 3. You're just shutting down because you've been disappointed. There we go. That's a disappointed energy. The Temple Path, man holding a heart, adjacent possibilities. Ooh, envy, action. I don't think this has anything to do with anything. It doesn't. Okay. This is a grasping energy, but it's not yours. The adjacent possibilities, envy, and action. Okay. Remember at the very start of this, I said that you're very focused on, you want your success to come from one area. Like you have put a ton of effort in on something, and gosh darn it, if you want them to stay, you keep telling them, if you want me on this team, you got to pay up. Like I have practically broken myself in two doing what you've asked me to do. There is success in that. It's just that there's more to it than that. And you don't want there to be. You don't want there to be. You want one answer and you have like 4. You also have a resistance to the idea of allowing somebody into your life at an intimate level. And I don't mean like sex. I mean because, you know, hey, you can have plenty of sex and not allow emotional intimacy. You don't want to be emotionally intimate with anyone. We have Chariot. Charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. Cracker. Positive energy surrounds you, love, joy, and if good fortune awaits. Your past resentment is just ruling how you feel about things just a little bit with that victim energy and hedonist. There's more problems with emotional energy around your finance and career than there is anything else. Aside from a little bit of impatience, and like, I think even as you're watching this, you're like, yeah, no, I kind of get it. If the world is, you know, basically courting like a potential war, this is one of the cards for war, by the way, then quite clearly this is not like, there's more going on. I can understand why the hiring manager hasn't called me back this week type of thing. You're not unreasonable, but you really, really, like, you want a far more simplicity and darkness. You want a very simple answer around this. I will do this, it will succeed, and then I get my life. That's not what's quite happening. By the way, if you're hearing this and you're like, I have almost killed myself trying to make something happen, don't you dare tell me it's not coming from that particular area. It is. All of this work that you have done will succeed. It will bring you what you're hoping for. There is simply that adjacent possibility energy. There's more to it. There's more to it. And it doesn't mean that everything that you've tried really, really hard on is going to fail. It's just quit trying to define everything so rigidly. We have health, an excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships on the horizons, positive work outcomes. See, I'm telling you, consistent efforts will bring rewards and a major purchase is worth making. I don't find that one ever, but like maybe you do. And then property. It's very interesting to me. There is something around owning a house or being able to move that like you're very, very, very focused on, I want a place I can grow and flourish. I don't want to be like twisting in the breeze, being blown around any longer. What is coming up for me? You're succeeding in what you've been trying at so hard, but you, like I said, you want it to be the only answer. And success comes from more than one area. This is being pulled in two different directions. But what else do we need to do here? Be open. Just be open to new connections. Be open to new suggestions as well. That adjacent possibilities, envy, and action. I'm not finding the envy there. What I'm finding is that like you might end up being envied by some other people as a new possibility comes into your life. With this Two of Cups in the upright, please don't be shut down to real connection either. We have loss. You've had too much of it. The vast universe. Yeah, harmony returns even after wrenching loss. The vast universe, great achievement. Peace, oh thank goodness. Courage, playing it safe. I'm going to put that one back, but here's what I've got. You are going to, the thing that you've worked so very hard at, you will see more success at that, and you want to go to ground. Like after that particular energy, what you want to do is, I don't want to say you want to rest on your laurels necessarily, but what you want is to settle in and focus on everything outside of your career. Saying, well, at least I know where my security is coming from. I just want my house. I just want my garden. I just want whatever it might be. You want the trappings of security, but you're very shut down to emotional connection again. It is not your fault. Your idea of like how to weather a storm has to do with figuring out how to like squirrel nuts type of thing. You want to prepare for the future. You're just one of those people. You want to be closed down. You want to be closed down to new possibilities. Listen, it's not like they're gonna flunk you or something. If you're like, no, I'm just gonna take a pass on whatever it is that you're trying to bring to me. I want this one thing to work out. It's like I've tried to trust my whole life, and I just want this one thing to work out. It's going to, milk and honey, but try to expand beyond that. That extremely unwilling to change. Oh my gosh, there's this energy of like needing to allow yourself to take something in a very slightly new direction. Co-create, there's partnership coming up. Treasure Island, all that glitters, the fates, message in a bottle. It's like someone wants to make you an offer around something that you already do, and you're just fatigued. You're fatigued by how much you have been asked to kind of like roll with changes that, and it's not that you don't like change, it's that You want it to come to an end. You like it to come in fits and spurts and then for it to be over. But there's all this energy of like things are still in motion. They're still trying to develop into something. Now this could be a romantic relationship because like I'm getting like you're almost too focused on, yeah, yin yang, counterbalance. You're not taking a very balanced view to what will make you happy. Money-wise, everything looks good. If you've been looking for a job for a little while, look for that to land pretty darn soon. And how soon is pretty darn soon? I would say 60 to 90 days of this reading. This is not a long-term reading. Don't be resistant to change. You're trying to leave behind a past energy so much that you're too selective around what you will allow the idea of success to contain. And it's not this terrible energy where it's like, and it's holding you back. And it's not that. It genuinely isn't that. But you just kind of want to get to this, like, to deal with uncertainty in the greater world, these dark times. You have this very like one note energy around what you think that will contain. Stop trying to envision your life decades in the future. Like you just, I don't know if you came from a very disrupted home life growing up. Likely. I mean, I don't have as many trauma markers around this group as I'm used to for my pile number 3, because like I said, it relates to the element of water. Did I plan it that way? No, it just kind of started emerging that way. And you just, it's like you're getting this steely-eyed gaze around the idea of what money will do. And it's not greed. Like, you're actually very, very generous. You're a generous person. Like, you've got good priorities. Soul searching, being pulled in 2 different directions. This is a person of privilege as a manifesting energy, but like remember, like the best prosperity magic is as I am blessed, I will bless others. Abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. It's like everything's going to change for you in a moment. But every time I say the word change, like there's a part of you that like balks a little bit. A part of you that goes, what do you mean by change? Do you know how much effort I've already put into one particular area? You do not need to think it means that you are failing in that area, but you are going to be called a little bit away from it. You are going to be called a little bit away from it. There's nothing you need to do. Like, they're not asking you to pursue change. I think they actually know that it's like you just that wouldn't work out so well. I'm only laughing because I get it. I get it. You're like, you know what? You know how hard it was for me to find faith after all of this? Yet I did it. And all I'm asking for is success in this one area. It's coming. And it's like, it's pretty much here. It's pretty much here. But there's more to your success. So, like, as an example, if, like, you're a Reiki healer, like, maybe you're supposed to learn new skills around acupressure or something. Be open to what people are telling you and the guidance you're receiving about what you're best suited to. Here we go. Easy does it. Stop trying so hard to control everything and all the doors will open for you. And then I have holiday. The answers you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. That can be a long weekend as well. Perfect timing as well. Boys, something around all of these cards being the blue background, because they're not all. They're not all. It's one of the elements for, I always associate it with air more than anything. The perfect timing card is the Justice card. If I sound a little troubled, it's quite simply because everything looks so good here, and yet, like, you're gonna be you really want to resist something that's trying to come to you. Like you just want to focus in one area. Here's what I think happened. I think after a very, very difficult time period, you finally found your way going forward by tapping in, by trying to believe that there's more to this world than what you can see, by trying to live in a purposeful energy. And it really did work out for you and is still working out for you. Nothing has happened at the pace you wanted to, but you had to heal. And like over the course of time, you started to get that. As you could feel how different you were as you were healing, it finally kind of started to gel with you that it's like, you know what? I'm rushing this. If it's happened 4 times and I thought I was healed, and every single time it's like, or there's more to come, you've gotten like to the point where you're like, this is a work in progress. This is not a single destination. You're more open to that. But you are shut down around so many things that aren't related to success. It's like the only thing in your life that has true meaning for you any longer, because it's the only thing you really look forward to. It's the only thing you invest in. Like it's how you overcame some personal darkness. It's how you were able to heal. You just want your security so much because it gives you a feeling of plenty in a time of uncertainty. You really might be like, I want a house. When do I get a house? Everything that you want is coming to you. Transformation. Harmony returns even after wrenching loss. As near as I can tell, they are trying to tell you over and over again, listen, there's just a little bit more to this story than you want there to be. Look for like more and more increase. They know that you have not liked the pace, you were not healed, you thought you were over and over and over again. And now that you're finally in the energy of like, well, maybe I do have more to heal, that's when it kind of uncorks things, because flow starts when you have a more realistic view of where you are. You realize that like you're not trying to reach a single destination, that there will be destinations like throughout the course of your life. You're not trying to complete a race, you're constantly in a long journey. Life is not a race, it is not like a single place that you reach on your spiritual evolution. You have been trying to invest in the idea of your career as the thing that it's like, well, I don't have anything else, I'll just do this. But you're very, like you don't like to have a lot of faith in yourself. And so like you just want it to come from one area. It's coming from that area, but it's trying to branch off. It's trying to branch off as well. And you're very, very resistant to that. You're like, you feel like almost fooled. There's just more to your answer. And it's not gonna like make you, it causes you to become depressed whenever you like are asked to consider more. That's just kind of what I've got, is when you're told that like, listen, it is coming from this area, but there's more to it than that. That's just one part of your solution. That's one part of your puzzle piece. Like you get sad. Like how long am I gonna have to put this much effort into everything? Please stop thinking about it as being grueling effort. Think about it as wonder and delight, and like, it's like, yeah, no, my life has had many surprises around everything. Every time I thought I understood what was happening, something more came along and kind of expanded the view. Let it be ever expanding. Don't keep trying to arrive at one destination. And when it comes to this house issue, please understand that's entirely separate. Like you can have an ever-evolving career, an ever-evolving mission. Particularly as healers, there may be things that you are asked to consider and to do that are a little bit outside of your wheelhouse. Please be open to that more than you are. But it hurts you to think that you've put so much effort into something. It's this darkness energy. You want such a simple answer, and there are so many of them. And you have a bigger role to play than you want to. You really do. Please allow things to unfold as they are meant to. And you've been heard over and over again. Like you can't even invest in life unless you know that you have security coming up. You've been heard. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And like you're sick of the words it's coming. It's like, I want it here. It's actually here. It's actually here. Like the right now is what's developing it. but because you can't see it and you can't touch it yet, like you lose faith in it. You need constant proof. And they're not scolding you for that. They're just saying, okay, but we're giving you proof, and what we want to make sure is that you don't dig in with the strength of 1,000 mules and refuse to budge because I finally got what I wanted. Don't be this energy. Don't be this energy. Allow yourself to continue with it's ever expanding, and I don't need to know. Settle into uncertainty as a vibrant and a healing energy versus a challenging and a dark one. How's that? How's that for the answer on that? Is uncertainty is not your enemy. Uncertainty is your friend because it means that there are so many options trying to come to you that you haven't even envisioned of, you haven't even dreamed about, you haven't even thought of doing, and it could make you happier than anything you've ever experienced. That whole don't put your eggs in one basket. Listen, that basket's great. It's going to do great. But you are being asked to remember there is simply more to this journey than the one thing that you're trying to achieve so that you can settle in and just kind of have your happy little life. And you're not being like told that you're not allowed to be happy. It's just stop trying to live a small existence. You were meant for big things. Okay. All right, so that was your reading, group number 3. Lots of security, lots of success coming into you. But when that happens, more is going to try and come in. Some form of offer. With that King of Wands is a manifestation offer as well. The Two of Cups is often a new business partnership. It could be a relationship because this group gets scolded around that all the time. And do they scold us? No, but they try and give us little red flags. You got a couple red flags along your journey right now where you want things to be very tidy. You want them to be very tidy and your answers to have definition, and they will not. Please settle into that. There is more to this world. Drop your boundaries around, I just want definition so that I can feel safe. You are safe. And it is not simply because you have you. You are safe because you are living in a purposeful energy. Let more come to you. Let more come to you. Success is essentially yours. It's happening like even as we speak. Take care. Be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps my channel as well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. These are rune cards. I will have runestones soon, but we're learning them together because I don't know how to read runes yet. This is the Crow deck. It will bring you a predictive spread. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. Lilies, okay. Peace is one of the meanings of the Lilies card. I have purity, okay. Purity of intent is very protective in all manners. Lovebirds, passionate declarations can lead to love. This is a money and career reading, and I have not been able to get it to stop talking about connection. It's the strangest thing. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And I have gavel, involvement with the law. Interesting. Treasured memories. This can be a situation in which you were unfairly treated, having a judgment against it or towards it. It's not a negative or a positive card. I have renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. Treasured memories. I have new beginnings. The fairy godmother, this is good, heralds the joyous news of a new baby. Remember, it doesn't need to be a baby. It's the start of something new, a new endeavor. Or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture ideas as you would a baby. And then I have power. Okay. All right, well, this is a very difficult time period right now. I'm filming this the day after Russia invaded Ukraine. We're at a time of transition. Try to remember everything is going to be okay. Let's get your rune card. Treasured memories. New beginnings. Torch. Huh. Maybe from the past coming back? What's going on there? We're going to find out what this has to do with money and career. As I've said, I had a very hard time getting the cards to just focus on the one aspect, but we're trying. Let's go for our rune card here. 1 and 2 and 3. Let's go. All right. Gabo. This is sincere gift, generosity, offering, reciprocity, lovers, sexual ecstasy, hospitality, and generosity. Bond, a relationship, offerings, generosity again, send positive energy, mutual. This is like, it's been very interesting, but it's almost like there's a gift coming to this group as well. And you're not the first group to get that. Now, can it be a spiritual gift versus a material gift? Yes, of course it can. But it almost looks like you're leveling up in something. And then lovebirds, passionate declarations can lead to love. Torch, spiritual enlightenment and development, awareness and understanding. Okay, let's get going. This is the only group that has not thus far like had a very obvious theme. There's the Seven of Swords in the upright. That's a temporary situation. That's one of the cards for war, unfortunately. A sneak attack. 1 and 2, and everything is going to turn out okay with that. I really do think so. But like, you know, kind of just hold the line, believe in good things, send compassion and kindness towards those who are suffering in your thoughts, in your heart. 4 of Cups in the upright is something happening behind the scenes. It's also being haunted by something from the past. All right, here we go. 7 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Lovers in the upright, that's the card for Geminis, but it's also the card for choices. 6 of Cups, no, yes? 9 of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. We have the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. 4-4. Ace of Swords in the upright, clarity, truth, communication. The Fool in reverse, that's a new beginning energy as well. King of Cups in the upright. Ace of Wands in the upright. Okay, right away, you're being told that a temporary situation is causing some disruption in the greater world. Try to tap in. It does not touch you tremendously. There will be peace. That Lily's energy is one of the things that's telling us that. That legal matter, it's like, this is one of the cards for theft, and this here, it's almost like there's resolution in that and something is restored to you. Yeah, because gift, sincere gift. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, it's not something you have to like strive for. Ace of Swords in the upright, Lovers in the upright, Fool in reverse. Ace of Wands. The money energy is interesting here because it appears to be good money energy, but it's not energy that like, you're not breaking your back for this. Like, this is a good secure energy. The 4 of Pentacles can be a card for a miser, but it can also be a card of simply being financially stable. The 8 of Pentacles in the upright is like working hard to master things, learning lessons. In reverse like that, it can be a like, chill out, nothing needs to happen here. You'll receive guidance. The choices will be presented to you. This is a card of contentment and happiness. Renew, renew, renew. It's almost like something's coming back into season for you. All right, we have athlete. Dedication to transcending physical limitations, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. The misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. I'm not getting that at all. We have mother. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. That was the new beginnings as well. Smothering and abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. I don't get that. It's like something new is beginning over here. Femme fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and to power. I've got lovebirds energy here. I've got lovers as well, soulmate energy. It's almost like an unfair situation. The balance will come out in your favor. This 9 of Cups. Something may have been unfairly taken from you. It caused a great deal of satisfaction, but you're living in a secure energy here. There's nothing that you need to do. You will receive communication on that. Money and career, like this is a new creative position. This is also a new position, but it's contact around things like if you've been looking to change jobs, you're kind of, unless you're without a job, like honest to goodness, it does not seem to be the time with a great deal of movement. It's almost like hold fast. There's not a lot for you to do right this very second, but more is coming to you. And then that gift, that sincere gift, it really, this is not the first group to get that, where like there's this receiving energy. Here we go. Purity, purity. The closer you have to good intent in all that you do, the more you will receive. It's because it's not a very blocking energy. It's not, dark motives have a tendency to be a little conflicted. And pure motives kind of don't. And can we really achieve pure motives as people? No, we're always gonna, like we're meant to have a state of balance, but we're trying to tame that monster within. TikTok, divine timing is one of the meanings of that. Loyal heart. Poised. Thinker. Deep knowing. Okay. TikTok. You have to give it time. This is very good energy around achievement. It's interesting, on the money and career, it's not like I'm getting all of these like, you know, oh look, windfalls, oh look this, a raise. It's almost like you need to be reassured that like this, you've not been derailed. That power into new beginnings. It's something's coming in to make a new beginning possible for you. And you're not going to see what it is. You're not. And why? I don't know. Like, I don't know why they're not. I don't know why they're holding back something. Fire, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. World, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. Wish. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. With that 9 of Cups energy, that's a manifestation energy as well. I actually really like this reading, but it's a little tiny bit enigmatic around what it's trying to talk about, because this can be choices coming to you and offers. It's almost as if something lost is being returned to you. It's coming in the form of a gift. It allows you to kind of, I think, do something because you have a good intent around it, versus kind of like striving constantly to make something happen for means of survival. Like peace is coming to you around something. It appears to be your financial insecurity. Communication. A reunion can bring love or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. Travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. It's just the weirdest thing. Signs. Your future positive, it's the strangest thing. What I've really got is that like a friend somehow makes a great big difference in what you view as being possible. It's like something stolen from you is being returned to you. And it appears to be about your physical and financial security, allowing you to choose to like work within the 3D because you want to make a difference versus you're desperately trying to make money. Here we go. Let's keep going here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. The Temple Path. A man holding a heart, which is the same thing as the King of Cups. Adjacent possibilities. Boy, it's the weirdest. Maybe their family's going to be mad or something. But it really does look like somebody's simply going to choose to give you something. Now, this can't hold true for everybody. It's a general reading. And this is not the first time that energy has come up within this particular reading either. There's something kind of happening behind the scenes. That's what this card means as well. That will restore you to like financial security, which I'm not sure you've had for a while. And it renews your ability to like be joyful and powerful, and like to do things from a spiritual aspect versus like a practical one. Oh my goodness, what else have we got going on here? We're going to get a bazillion oracle cards, clearly. Okay, walking away, action and then walking away. It's almost like you, like it's new beginnings, walking away, action. Somebody's action gives you, like, it opens up vistas for you. It's possible, it's an inheritance, it's possible. I don't have the same energy around the true love. Oh, God, again. Milestone, decrease, behind a mask, happy success. It is something that was taken from you is being restored. Something that was taken from you is being restored. That's what this is, a very strange energy, but it's not a bad energy. Don't sweat the world right now. Like, you might be, but you do not need to be. You might be, but you do not need to be. The temple path is a connection to spirit. This can be one of my markers for the divine, but it seems to be a loving person within your life. Provides you with the ability to move forward by taking an action. And here's the thing. It chaps somebody's hide. Like, it appears to cause, like, other people to resent it. And I don't know why. That is going to be individual for pretty much everybody. Loyal heart, poised, thinker, deep knowing. Loyal heart. It's like a friend, maybe from the past. There's no grief-stricken energy around this, so it may simply be a gift of some kind. But it really is like something is coming in that will... True. I don't know if it's going to be like anonymous or what in the world's happening. Like, I don't know if you're going to wake up and like somebody's just transferred money into your account or what's gone on. But it's like somebody's trying to make something possible for you. I don't know if there's guilt surrounding it. I don't know if they're the person who did something to you or what happened. These two cards essentially mean the exact same thing. And renew, lilies, I don't know what this is. It's just that involvement with the law, honest to goodness, like, it's like somebody is trying to present you with something. Other people aren't going to be happy about it, but there's not a darn thing they can do about it. Like, it's almost like they look into trying to fight something, but it will block them if they do something, and so they don't. Weirdest energy here. It really is. Like, there's somebody who's trying to return something to you that was yours and was taken from you. It provides you with the ability to kind of walk forward very, very freely. And it will cause conflict within that person's life, or there is conflict from like their... I don't know if this is like money being left to you or what it is, but like somebody wants to prevent you from receiving something and they quite simply can't. Balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. This is a strange energy. I'm not minding it, but it's, in terms of money and career, like your career is fine, but it's almost like your reason for doing something is going to change, because this is, it really is almost like you're trying to pursue something because it's the right thing to do versus it's like the lucrative thing to do. But it's not because you've like risen above the need for material things, because like, let's face it, we all need it. It's more as if somebody takes an action to restore your, almost like your faith. Passionate declarations can lead to love. Lovebirds, new beginnings. Torch. Okay, so group number 4. You have such an interesting energy around this. What I want to revisit is new beginnings, and then sincere gift, offering, reciprocity, lovers. We have sexual ecstasy, hospitality, generosity. It's like someone wants to restore balance to something. Like it haunts them somehow. It haunts them somehow. I think they're afraid. This purity. This is a very interesting money and career read. Remember, it's a general reading, so genuinely, it can't really hold true for everybody. But one of the things that I like about this particular pile is that it appears that there's like almost like windfall type of stuff, but that if anything, instead of you saying, oh, good, now I never need to work another day of my life. You know those people who win the lottery and are like, I don't plan on changing anything. And like everybody else is like, I please give it to me instead because I would like to change so much. It's almost like that energy, like where something is going to happen where like your worries, because this is like not needing to toil. It's like you're freed from a constraint around something by somebody else's generosity. Communicate clearly in the near future. The next one was listen to your intuition. I was just trying to see if I could get a timing card on this because it's in the offing, but I don't have like a solid timing around it. You're asking about your financial future. And what this is saying is that there's like the restoration of something that should have been yours. And it wasn't through like kind of something untoward. Oh, this is the 8 of Swords. I beg your pardon, I keep reading it as the 7s. But that's like a path not forward. And this is the restoration of something. So this is the 8 of Swords, which is not being able to see your path forward. Somebody's about to give you a gift of something, and it does appear to be like material enough that it changes something for you. It allows you to, I don't know if it's an investor, I don't know if it's, all I know is that there's pushback on the other side of it. Like this person kind of, it's like they had to make it ironclad somehow. They had to make it ironclad somehow because they don't trust somebody on the other side. This is an interesting reading. Your money's going to be fine in terms of if you're like, hey, there's absolutely no one that is likely to leave me a darn thing, then please know that, like, again, maybe not your pile, because your path is cleared forward by like a windfall of something happening behind the scene that returns you to security. You don't need to work hard for it. It will give you greater clarity and strength and like an understanding of where you are in all of this, meaning that you will feel more connected, you will feel spirit, you will feel at peace with your purpose. Spiritual development and enlightenment, awareness and understanding. It's like this thing that happens, and it is an event, gives you a new beginning, makes you feel more powerful, makes you feel more connected, and it clears your path entirely. But that involvement with the law and a couple of other energies, kind of that envy energy, suggested that there will be resentment directed at you for some reason. And it's because you've been given something that like somebody else would like to take away from you, but they can't. They just plain old fashioned can't. This is always such an interesting pile to me. It's usually the ones that have the element of air trying to guide it. What have we got? We're gonna go for some other oracle cards to see if I can get any more clarity around that, because it's strange, but not bad strange. It's just like, what is that unknown element there? Involvement with the law. Like, I don't know if somebody set up an annuity for you or something, because I'm not getting frankly, I don't have any indications that someone dies and leaves you something. I don't. It's a gift. Vegetarian, a new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, stronger manifestation abilities. Please watch your diet around that. Remember, inflammatory agents like sugar and alcohol, a couple of other things, can actually impede your ability to manifest. But with that Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, I'm just not too concerned. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose, business venture. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career or opportunity. I cannot pin down what this energy is, and maybe it's because it'll be a little bit different for everybody else. But it's like somebody wants to, like it's a grant, it's a gift, it's somebody making things possible in a way that it hasn't been before. And they have pushback on their side, and they're not going to let that deter them. They're not going to let that deter them. And it makes a path forward for you. King of Cups. Like, they don't expect anything in return. They don't. But it does appear to be as if there is someone who's trying to bestow something upon you. And like they had to structure it carefully. Because there's someone who will resent their action. Like, and take it really personally. It could be somebody who like is, there's that Two of Cups that just fell out. You're connected to this person somehow though. They're not a stranger. Like this is not a stranger. They have a past with you. They have a past with you. And they're trying to help you. They're trying to help you. But there is this weird energy of like, it must be a family situation. Because like they had to structure the legal language around it. And I had the Ace of Swords as well. It's like they had to draft a legal agreement around it to make sure that oh, I got it. Okay, here's what I think is happening. I think somebody thinks you're treated unfairly in a situation, and they're trying to return something to you, that Nine of Cups energy. But like they had to put it into this very structured legal situation, because they're afraid if anything happens to them. Like I don't think it's this giant windfall. I think it's like an annuity. Like it's some form of support for you. I'm not sure. So anyway, group number 4, that was one of the stranger readings. I'm sorry it's so meandering because the money and career is like, you know what? It looks like if you can just kind of be patient is what the Temperance card means. I start shuffling a little bit like just by rote whenever I'm thinking about things, trying to channel. And this is a hidden Two of Cups. There's a Two of Cups present in every Temperance card. There is a connection in your life, and like somebody just, they want to balance that scale of justice, that involvement with the law. They have to get like almost weirdly creative around it. And when we hear about that, what like perfect divine timing and everything, it does not look like you're under the gun financially. It just didn't. Like there were very few pentacles on this, but it will ignite your belief again. Your belief in a greater and higher power is what it looked like, Okay, group number 4, that was a peculiar one, but I'm very used to group number 4 being like the out of left field plot twist group. Take care, be well, keep an eye out for that. Like it does not, there's, with that Ace of Swords and that Ace of Wands, like new beginnings all over the place, but your focus isn't the money, and it's because a wish is coming true and straightening out something that was, like, it caused you to doubt, I think, your connection to the divine. Something went a little wrong, and something's going to make something go a little right to try and straighten it out, okay? All right, take care, be well. Thank you so much for joining me.